I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be what women are attracted to in men. In other words, what are the things, what are the triggers, what are the things that women like about us guys? So what kind of behavior is it that they like so we can exhibit this kind of behavior, obviously, to attract women? Well, first things first that we got to understand about women is, number one, they're emotional beings, and they're driven by their emotions. And women want to be in a love story. They want to just randomly run into some dude in the supermarket or the grocery store and make eye contact, and there's just, obviously, it happens in such a way that it's obvious to both of them that they like each other, and they smile at each other, and the conversation just kind of naturally happens and flows, and you have the same kind of interest that she does, and she has the same kind of interest that you do. And then so you'll just set a date right in a spot, and she'll be excited to see you and make plans with you. She'll take your numbers just in case, because she doesn't want to take the risk on you fucking up by maybe losing her number because she really likes you. And so if she doesn't hear from you, she's going to reach out to you just in case, because guys like you don't come along every so often. And so what women like about us guys is they like men who are successful at doing something that they love. And you don't have to be rich at it, but you have to be doing something that you love. You have to feel successful as a man. You don't have to be a millionaire, but the idea is if you're doing something for a living, you're doing something that you love and that you're excited about and that you have a passion for. Because when you're excited and you're passionate about, just like I am, about helping people and being a life coach, that's why I can look in these, in a camera and talk and be excited about it and be passionate about it. Because my clients all the time are like, where does all the passion come from? It's like, how do I get that? And it's like, this is called total alignment with purpose. I'm doing what I love. I'm following my heart. I'm listening to my heart. I'm driven by my heart. And I love what I do, and so I have a passion for it. And so when I run into a woman on the street, I have an air about me of confidence, kind of like a little bit of aloofness or a little bit of indifference. Just basically I'm a guy that's running through life, working to get shit done. And along the way, I run into these beautiful, amazing women who go out of their way to get my attention with their skimpy dresses or their beautiful tanned legs and face and arms, or their skimpy outfit, or their cleavage that they're showing me, or the beautiful makeup, or the fact that they're wearing cotton candy smelling perfume, and their nails are impeccable, their hair is impeccable, their lipstick is perfect. I mean, women are all set up because women instinctively know that us guys are visual creatures, and so what they do is make themselves really visually appealing to us. Now, when a guy comes up to a girl, what she's really looking for is, because this happens with all human beings, and this really goes back to over 100 years ago, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Because when you're talking to another human being and you ask them questions like, hey, how have the kids been? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? How's work? How's this? How's that? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? Do you know so-and-so? Where do you work? It's just, where do you like to eat? Have you eaten at that new restaurant? Blah, blah, blah. And there's just the typical normal things that people ask. But the point being is like, because I spent a lot of years in sales, and so one of the first things that we used to do when we would bring clients in to do a buyer's consultation is what I used to teach all my sales agents is like, put your sales shit away, put the credit report away, and don't talk about it. Leave the file on the desk. And when the clients sit down in front of you, just ask them, tell me about yourself. What are you looking for? What kind of house are you looking for? What are you looking to do? And the reason being is when another human being says, what do you like? What do you want? What are you all about? How can I help you, basically? You're not going to say it to a woman, but like in business, it's the same kind of mindset. You're basically asking another human being intimate, personal questions about themselves, what it is that they want, what they're looking for, what makes them happy, what they like to do for fun. Just shoot the shit kind of stuff. And so when you're sitting there and you're listening to the other person and they're doing 80% of the talking, it's amazing. Like, in the sales process, you watch like a couple, and so they might come in and they're both sitting there like this with their arms crossed, or they're real serious. And then when they loosen up, the arms open up, they come uncrossed. If the guy's got glasses, he'll take his glasses off and set them down on the table. Like their legs, instead of the legs being crossed and the legs are open. And this is all like physiology that communicates that this particular person is open to you. And the same thing happens with women. where she might initially be, kind of turned to the side like this when you're talking, as she feels more comfortable and safe around you, she start to open up and stand, in this way that shows that she's open. And these are little things that you can be watching and, in your thinking about and going over in your mind as you're having a conversation. And since you're just simply asking questions, this creates rapport in the other human being because you basically are acting and treating them just like a friend would, or a family member, or somebody that they know that really cares about them. These are the things that everybody else would ask that they know and have a relationship with. So what it does is it creates a vibe of friendship, of all is well, like this is somebody I've known forever, even though you might have only been talking for 5 minutes. And so when people sit there and they know that you're listening to them run their mouths for like fucking 80% of the time, at some point, usually 15, 20 minutes into it, like in a sales meeting, they start to feel like, well, I've been talking so much, I don't know anything about you. Why don't you tell me about yourself? And so this communicates, as far as like sales goes, that person is now open to listen to what you got to say. And women do the same thing. And so when you're sitting there asking her and she's talking, what happens is she may have been very lukewarm and cold, and then you'll notice, she'll start doing this with her hair, or, flicking her hair around, or, winding her hair up around her finger. And these are all like flirtatious, preening type things that women do that let you know that, they're feeling attraction and that they're feeling very safe, very comfortable. And they're basically saying, gee, I hope he notices me. I hope he really likes me. And he creates a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. And so if you're a happy guy who's doing what you love and you spend time just asking her about herself, what happens is this causes her to open up and want to talk to you, and then she'll start digging and want to find out more about you. And this is how, because the woman just thinks, anybody thinks, it's like, wow, this guy really cares about me. He asked me about where I grew up and blah, blah, blah. Because you're asking the same things that somebody that they already know would ask them and that they're comfortable with. So it creates that energy and that vibe, and even though you're a total fucking stranger, within a few minutes, you've created the energy in a situation where she just feels like she's known you forever. And so when you're like, you just put your hand on like her elbow and say, hey, let's go over here and grab that seat. We can sit down and have a drink and chat some more. So all these people aren't bumping into us. Like if you're out somewhere at a social event or whatever it happens to be, and you just gently lead her over there and you sit down and start shooting the shit and having a good time. And so what women are attracted to in a guy is a guy, number one, that has the confidence to make eye contact and start talking to her and initiate a conversation. But, because I get guys so many times that write in, like, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? You don't say a fucking thing about yourself until she asks you. What you're going to say is you're going to ask questions. I mean, you like the girl, right? You're interested in her, right? You got a charming personality. Tell me about yourself. What do you do for a living? You seem like really happy. You seem like a kind of person that does something that she really loves for a living. She's like, oh, God, I love what I do. I'm a hairdresser, or I work at the grocery store, or I'm an account executive, or I'm in sales, or I'm a CEO, or I own my own business, whatever it happens to be. Because people love to brag and talk about themselves. And women are no different. And so when you start talking to her and asking her questions, it makes her feel like you care about her, whereas every other douchebag, 97% of them that are going up to her, are trying to use a clever pickup line, or trying to tell stories, or this or that, and you just cut all right through that fucking bullshit by asking her questions. And you go through the things I talk about in my book, and if you see enough evidence that she likes you, then you ask for the phone number, or you set a date right on the spot. It's just, you go at your own pace, and you go based upon how comfortable you feel. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of my website. If you're watching this video on my website, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this video with all your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located on the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you got a question that you want to ask me, or a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs maximum detailing your situation or your questions, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet. I also get a lot from my paying phone coaching customers. I obviously got to focus on theirs first, but be patient and I will definitely get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away so I can help you with a situation or a challenge that you're having, the quickest way is to click the Products tab at the top of your screen and just follow the instructions for booking a paid phone coaching session with yours truly. And I will talk to you soon.